Welcome back. I'm your host, Bobby Ann, back with my co-host Sonia.
Hello.
And we are here during the holiday season. We are revving up. It's time to start shopping, getting some great deals on all your favorite products, and looking for products that your friends are going to love. So, we're going to take today's episode to talk about all of our favorite products that we used this season because you guys have been asking. Every time I'm out in the community and I say, "What would you like for us to talk about on the podcast?" you say, "Talk about products." So, we're doing that today. Me and Sonia have picked out some of our favorite products that we've used this year, and we're going to tell you all about them. And you can let us know if you've used them and if you like them too. So, first things up on my personal list is one that we talk about all the time, and that is Stream to Sea. So, we actually just celebrated welcoming our 10,000th girl paddler into the community with a giveaway. And this is actually what we gave away, which was a little travel bag that is full of all the travel sizes of some of their best products. And it came with a dry bag. And dry bags are really awesome to have on any type of paddling trip. It protects your phone, protects your food, protects all the rest of your products. And yeah, and so it was the perfect little kit. We love Stream to Sea because they are reef friendly. So if you didn't know, I came across this little fun fact actually this week on another podcast. 14,000 tons of sunscreen comes off of you into the
Ew.
ocean every season. 14,000 tons into the water that you're paddling in, into the environment where all the cool fish and wildlife that you want to go look at when you go paddling is living in. And the majority of those products are very, very toxic to the environment and the animals and the sea creatures that are living in it. So that's why we love Stream to Sea, because they create non-toxic, environment friendly, coral friendly products. And actually, they just this season had released a product that is not only reef friendly, but reef nourishing. And
That
so
was
I'm,
mind-boggling to me when I first saw that.
yes.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Yes, and it would be an entire episode on its own to talk about everything that they do scientifically, where they began, all of the cool things that they do. But during all of their research, when they were doing the testing for their products, I just thought this was a cool little fun fact, is when they were making sure that the products were not only friendly for people and non-toxic to people, but making sure that it wasn't hurting marine life, was they actually, there's certain chemicals that come in standard sunscreens that are actually sterilizing to coral. So you may have, if you are on a coastal area or you just love looking into marine biology, you would know that over the last several years, there have been massive bleaching events that have been happening all over the world where the coral are dying out. They can't survive the rising temperatures, but they also, it's not just rising temperatures. A lot of it is coming from water pollution. A lot of that water pollution is coming from the things that we wear and then get into the water. So these toxic chemicals, it only takes one drop of these specific chemicals that come from sunscreen to sterilize 6 Olympic pool sizes of coral. One drop. One drop. And we're slathering ourselves in it and
Yeah.
then getting into the water. So
Yeah.
6 Olympic pool sizes of coral can be completely sterilized. So very
It's
important. I can
devastating.
rant on this all day long. Like I said, I could do an entire episode just on this topic. I lived on the coast for my entire adult life up until recently. So taking care of our oceans, taking care of our waters, even if you're not in a coastal area, there's still tons of life that are thriving in your rivers and lakes and streams wherever you are locally, that get affected by all of these chemicals that we put on ourselves. So, yeah, I am not anti-sunscreen. However, want you to be conscious of the types of sunscreens, your mask defoggers, the conditioner that you put in your hair, all of these things, they leak off of you. So, Stream to Sea, it's what I've been using all season. Actually, not even all season, since before our Crystal River trip in well, no, that was this year, wasn't it?
Yeah. That was in
2025.
February.
Why does that feel like that was 10 years ago? It's actually our first Crystal River retreat. They actually gifted us a lot of samples that we could give out for the retreat, and we loved them. They have like
Mm.
this cool glittery one that everybody was
Yeah.
obsessed with, but now they have the nourishing one that actually helps nurse the coral back to health, which I'm obsessed with that.
Yeah.
It's just so
I love
impressive.
that. I love
Yeah.
that. There's no
And
excuse to be using traditional sunscreen at this point when there are products out there that are so much better. Yeah.
absolutely. And another perk of Stream to See is that you actually get 10% off. We have a code with them. You get 10% off if you just use the code Girl Paddlers. And I guess I should start this episode off. I'm already pretty deep into it, but should say that this entire episode, we are not sponsored by anyone at the moment. So these are just products that we're obsessed with. Some of these products might have affiliate links, but these are products that we're personally using ourselves. Nobody's paying us to talk about them.
And maybe we should mention too that the affiliates that we choose are products and brands that we actually either use ourselves or we believe would be beneficial to our community, so that we're not just picking random affiliates just because we're choosing them strategically and with intent. So,
Absolutely. So that's my number one product for today.
yay.
It's Stream to See. And of course, they have a whole variety of different products, not just sunscreen. Pretty much anything that you do in the water, they have a healthy alternative for. So, and we'll link that discount code in the notes as well. So,
Perfect.
yeah. Do you have one
Is
up
it my
next?
turn? I do.
Sure. Go ahead.
This is Floats Up. I have had one of these little devices. They're cup holders that work well on kayaks and paddleboards. Basically, your cord can go through the kind of bottom and it holds it onto your vessel. You just put your cup in, and they have small ones and then they have larger ones. And I've been using these for about 2 years now, so I love them. They come in a variety of colors. I think mine is the blue. I have a blue one, and I think they now have pink too. But they are so versatile, so easy to use, super simple. And there are some people out there making other models of them, but Floats Up, yeah, exactly. We're so big supporters of, especially women-owned brands in the paddle space. Big supporters of them. So, yeah, that's my probably top product that I've loved season after season. So, Floats Up.
And if you want to find out like really all about Floats Up, we did an entire episode with the founder of Floats Up, and she talked to us all about the creation of it, where the idea came from, why those other knockoffs are just like not even comparable. Like they're using entirely different materials, even if it might look like the same product. They're a superior product. She's a really cool lady. So definitely check out that
Yeah.
episode if you missed that one. I think you're really going to enjoy that conversation. Next up on my list, I have mentioned this several times in several other episodes. You guys are probably tired of hearing me mention it. I live in an area that's squished between the Tennessee River and a lake. Mosquito Haven over here all summer long, all spring. And then also the fall here is a very, very wet season for us. So mosquitoes everywhere. Three Moms Organics. It's called TickWise is the product, but it's used for all kinds of different bug repellents. It's organic, it's natural. They are not adding any extra chemicals, and it's been a lifesaver this season. I cannot tell you. I had a cookout a couple weekends ago, and literally we were just passing the bottle around. We were all dousing ourselves with it. And it's pet friendly as well. Well, dog friendly, I should say. It is not, I don't think that it's cat approved because cats lick themselves, like clean themselves, but is recommended for pets. And they actually have some other pet friendly products as well. And what I really love about it, it has this trigger spray bottle instead of like a spritz one, like the ones that you just like push down on. This one has a trigger, so it's easy to spray on yourself, and also it like mist out so you don't have to use as much of it. Those are not official terms. I don't know what these things are actually called, but
Spritz sounds good.
trigger
Little
spritzer
spritzer.
is what it is. But definitely check them out. They're also another female owned company. We love them. I've just been obsessed with it. I've used it all season, and I will continue to use it until it's gone, and then I'm going to buy 10 more bottles of it. So
I've got to tell you that it's really hard to find pet friendly, especially dog friendly bug spray. My dog gets covered in mosquitoes. If there are mosquitoes out, they just go for her. And I've tried spraying a bandana to like with, deep type stuff, which is awful, but I don't want any of that stuff near her. So love that these guys are making a product that I could spray directly on her body, and there's no kind of toxic anything going on her. So yeah, I love it. Big
yeah.
supporter. One of my favorite things that I got very soon after I started kayaking again was paddle grip for my kayak paddle, because I was getting really bad blisters on my thumbs. So I've used Yakgrips, YAK grips for on my paddles for my kayak and also my paddleboard. They have ones for both, and they will save you so much pain from just holding a kayak paddle when you're going down a river or something. You will end up getting either calluses or blisters. So I love them. They're super simple. I believe they're in our Amazon store, which I know that you'll put in the show notes. But Yak Grips, they're a great quality brand. They don't fray easily. They just wrap quickly with some Velcro onto your paddleboard or kayak paddles. That's it.
Those are things that I have on my buy list, that it's one of those things where I'm like, every time I go kayaking, I'm like, I need to get some of those. And then I immediately forget about it until the next time I get back out on the water. Because you're right. Like, if you're going for a long day, it's just like those blisters that end up like, if you're fighting a current, like those blisters
Yeah.
happen quick.
Yeah,
Um,
they do.
and I've seen them every time we go on a trip. I'm like, everybody has them except for me. And I was like, okay, I gotta like put a giant sticky note on my forehead or something the
Yes.
next time.
And you can get lots of patterns and stuff, and they're all fun, cool colors. So, yes,
Yes,
go buy them.
lots of good options with that one. And that one is in our kayak accessories list. So
Yes. And
yeah,
there will
it'll be
be
linked below, but
one in the paddleboard accessories list too for the paddleboard one.
yeah. And are the paddleboard ones, are they longer
It's just a long one.
or
Yeah. So it's longer in length. So yeah, just wrap it onto your long one. And it's
gotcha.
a
Okay.
single versus the double. You'll get 2 yak grips for the kayak paddle, and then just one for the paddleboard.
The next one on my list actually isn't an accessory, it is my kayak itself. So I've mentioned it in a few episodes, and I've actually gotten a couple of questions about it in the community, and that's my Oru Kayak. And so anyone who is listening right now, we actually put these full episodes on YouTube, so you can watch on YouTube the entire episode. So if we're ever talking about products or something that we might be holding, or we've mentioned like a weird animal or something like we did in our national park episodes, we'll actually throw pictures up on the screen for you so you can kind of get some visuals of some of our references. But yeah, so I wanted to kind of show off my Oru kayak back here. You can see exactly how small it actually is. It's very compact. It only weighs like maybe, I don't know, 30, 40 pounds at max. It's super easy. I don't have a truck or anything. So when I go kayaking, I throw it in the back of my Honda Civic. It's like the perfect size for the truck. And then it's like very easy to just pack back up. It just folds up into this little suitcase. I live in an apartment. I throw it in the corner of my room so I don't have to have any special storage for it. I love it. And I know it does have a warranty on it where it talks about like how many times you can like unfold it and fold it back up before it starts to like lose its integrity. But it's like, I don't know, it's like 150, 200 times that you can do that before it starts to like lose its, integrity of folding over and over. So, yeah, I just wanted to mention that one because I've brought it up in a couple of episodes. So, love my little fold up kayak here.
I have thought about buying one of those too. I like the idea that they're foldable and stuff. I know we actually have quite a few members in our group that have different
Hmm.
versions of what you've got. So yeah,
Yeah.
I like it. It's much smaller than I thought.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to show it off because people were like, I mean, I know this is like a little bit further behind me because I had to kind of send it to the back of the room to be able to fit it in the camera, but no, it really is. It's like it's no bigger than like my large suitcase that I take on trips. So, yeah, and they actually, like you mentioned, they have different versions of everything. So, depending on the type of water that you're on, they have like the longer ocean kayaks. Mine's a lake version because I paddle lakes. And then like they also have different weights that you can do. So if you're used to paddling with your dog or you want to double or something like that, they have a lot of different options for whatever you want. So, and also like after I got mine, they came out with a couple of different colors. So I think you could get like all black now. They have some orange ones. So yeah,
Black sounds
I love it.
good.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm like an all black girl too. Like
Yeah.
I
I
like
mean, you can't
the
tell because we're both wearing black
I
girl
know.
paddlers gear today. Yeah.
What's next?
For me, my 2 PFDs that I have, I actually have like a full, like proper PFD as well. So I have like 3, I think. But my inflatable PFDs, I think, are the ones that I prefer if I'm just on calm water. So I have a waist one by Bombora, which is just what I wear when I'm paddleboarding. Fits nicely around my waist. I attach my leash to it, my ankle leash, and I also have one. It's by Blue Storm. Goes around my neck and has two, I don't know what they're called, things that basically once you hit the water, they expand and blow up and become kind of like a proper PFD. So if you're paddling on calmer water, I would never recommend these for rougher water situations. But for calmer water, I like these because they're compact. I have a really hard time sitting in a kayak with a PFD that bunches up around my neck and it pushes my neck forward. I end up with neck strain. I am a larger chested female, so hard to find one that fits. But the Blue Storm canister style PFT I like because it doesn't, I actually don't even feel it's on when I'm wearing it. So something that, we mentioned in another episode about storage and kind of cleaning things for the season, making sure that these canisters, that if you're using a canister style PFD, that you're checking the expiration dates and that you're not like letting them expire. Or sometimes the gas just leaks very slowly out of little canisters, and you don't want that to happen. You want these to be workable and functionable. So, in an emergency that they actually work. So that's one of, my other favorite products of the season.
I'm really glad that you brought up the belt because that was a really popular conversation this season was people getting into paddleboarding for the first time and looking for they were kind of saying the same thing like when you're stand up paddleboarding having like a tighter full vest on can be very restrictive. So I think a lot of people don't even know about the belt. So I'm glad you brought that one up. And for myself too, being in a kayak for hours and hours with something that's like bunched up around your neck, I am definitely going to be changing out life jackets next season because the one I had this year was not that was not it. I need a skinny strap one like you're talking about.
Yeah.
So,
And like we said, we safety first. We always want to
mhm.
recommend things that are um, Coast Guard approved. These are Coast Guard approved. And again, think about the situation where you're paddling because we don't want you necessarily using these style in rougher waters. But like if you're going down whitewater rapids, do not be wearing these. If you're going on ocean paddling, don't be wearing these. But if you're on calmer waters, then these work in those situations.
Yeah, comfort's important, safety most
Is
important.
more important. Exactly.
Absolutely. And unofficially not on the list. As Sonia mentioned, we're both wearing Girl Paddlers shirts
Yeah.
today. So if you didn't know, we do have an online shop with some Girl Paddlers merch. So if you're wanting to rep the community, we've got, just a few things like hoodies and t-shirts and tank tops. And then I have this like quarter zip
That's
one
my
that you've
favorite.
probably seen. Me too.
Yeah.
You've probably seen this in like every episode, but it's my favorite. It's very lightweight. It's like a sports like moisture wicking material. I love how the logo came out so vibrantly.
Yeah. And it
Yeah, and then
lasts.
we
I've
also
washed
have
mine multiple times. It's still as vibrant after
yes.
multiple washes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. I've washed mine a dozen times because I wear it all the time.
Yeah.
We were actually just talking about it. I'm going to get it in a different color. The one I'm wearing is black. I think we've got a gray and maybe white as well. I can't remember right off the top of my head,
I'm
but
terrible
we've
with white. Don't put me
yeah,
in anything white.
white is dangerous. It
Yeah.
really is because especially if I'm wearing a white shirt, it's like I was probably not going to wear it more than once before I spill food on it. So, but some people they're white girlies. They like the lighter colors, and honestly though, I kind of lean towards the white sometimes just because the logo looks so good
It's
on
so
white.
good. It does.
It
It does look
does.
good.
But I do prefer black clothing. But we've got all kinds of stuff over there. Actually, because it's the holiday season, we do have a seasonal tab over there too. We'll be bringing back some holiday items, like we had ornaments. Last year we did pet gear, so be sure to check it out. We got some fun stuff.
I loved our towels. We did some towels
Yes,
recently too
for the
that are
summer.
so pretty. Yeah. And I need to actually order one of those for myself. So, dries really quickly, easy to like it's not a big bulky towel. So you can just roll it up and put it into your dry bag. So yeah, look for those. I love those. And the patterns are really nice.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So look out for holiday stuff. And I think that's the end of our personal list for
Hmm.
today. But we're always talking about different gear and different product recommendations in the group. And we actually do have an affiliate tab on our website. So a lot of people don't really know about this tab because it's a little bit hidden, but I'll include it in the notes today. That helps keep the podcast running. It helps keep the community free. And if you have something in mind line that you want to buy, if you have a specific brand that you love, if you could just use our link, that helps us out. It doesn't cost you any extra. And sometimes you actually even get a deal. We get discount codes all the time. So check out our affiliates tab. And if you want to help us keep things rolling here at Girl Paddlers, it'll help us out.
Yeah. And the same with our Amazon store. We try to put products in there too that have been vetted and that are recommended within our community. Like there's things like something that comes up all the time. What are people using to pump up their paddle boards? Because manually pumping is painful. So, what are people using? So we have some pumps in our Amazon store. Again, it doesn't cost you anything to use the store and use our links within the store, but it does help to support the community. It supports keeping our podcast alive, as well as the community. So we appreciate you.
And, we talk about this stuff here. We really haven't talked about that at all in any of the other episodes. We probably need to do a better job about letting people know that exists, because we really try to keep the community, the online community, the group that we talk about everything. We try to keep that ad free. We try to not bombard people with a lot of sales stuff and things of that nature, because that's really not what the community is for. The community is for you guys to connect with each other, for you guys to ask questions and get helpful information. So we don't want to bog that down with this kind of stuff. So we do
and
appreciate
this is helpful.
you.
Yeah. If it's helpful, then we definitely insert our, here's a link to a product that we know we've vetted and we want to support too, like Stream to Sea or Sup Cup, or we have another lady that we have we should have mentioned this too as one of our favorite products, because it's one of mine, is the chain, not the chain. Do you know what I'm talking about?
The straps.
Straps. Yes.
Sup straps.
Sup straps. Yes.
Yes.
And we love her.
She hand makes all of these. She has a really cool Etsy shop, and she also does give a Girl Paddlers discount. So it's this really cool strap that allows you to attach two boards together. So a lot of people
have
tried to
board, or any vessel,
just like two vessels that have a D-ring. You can attach those two things, so it makes it easy for you to not float away from each other if you're taking a break on the water and you're not needing to paddle.
Or tow.
I see. Yes. Oh, that's a good. I didn't even think about that. Good point. Because I always see pictures of people attaching multiple little hooks together trying to accomplish the same thing, but this is adjustable. It's sturdy. It has the two hooks at the end, so you can attach it to literally any type of ring or strap or something like that. And they're beautifully embroidered, and you can get a Girl Paddlers one. She does custom Girl Paddlers colors. So
we love her.
Thanks for bringing that one up. I forgot about that. We hope that this was a helpful list. And if you are as obsessed with these products as we are and enjoyed them as much as we did this season, gift them to a friend. The holiday seasons are coming up. I think for a lot of people, especially the older you get, people get so tired of trying to look for gifts, because you're like, nobody needs more junk. Nobody wants another coffee mug. Nobody wants just cluttered to have around their house. So useful gifts that that your water loving friends are going to use. Getting them a Stream to Sea pack. If you know that they just got a kayak this summer, get them some straps, get them some handles, because those little things make your experience so much better, and you might not think to buy them for yourself.
Yeah, I think the last thing we wanted to mention too is that we are open to having people or brands sponsor our podcast, Paddle Her Way. So if anyone is out there, any of the brands we've talked about, or anyone who has a product that aligns well within the paddling community, cat paddling space, and you really want to reach our audience, then reach out to us. We'd love to have you help sponsor and to keep our podcast going and active and showcasing whatever product it is that you have to offer. So reach out to us, and that'll be in the show notes too, I'm sure.
I know this one's probably going to have show notes a mile long, but just like with all of our affiliates as well, we really want to partner with sponsors that are going to be very helpful for the community. So we're not just looking for anyone. We're looking for someone who's going to align well and really that our community is going to benefit as much as you as the sponsor are going to benefit. So, but we've talked about a whole list of products that we love that we know would be a good fit. So I know that there's tons of them out there. And if you're one of those, you can find us all over social media. For everyone listening, actually, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Of course, we have our free online community, which you can join the Girl Paddlers group on Facebook. Threads, we're everywhere. We're easy to find. So
Yeah.
come hang out.
Yep.
Talk about your favorite products
Exactly.
with us. Enjoy your holiday season, and we'll talk to you soon. Happy paddling.
Happy paddling.